Hi there guys, and welcome back to the second episode of Food Fusion. Today we're going to be turning pizza into donuts. So let's get straight to this. First add 525 grams of all-purpose flour, 30 grams of sugar, a good pinch of salt, and 8 grams of dry active yeast. And give that a little mix together before adding 160 milliliters of room temperature milk. Start to incorporate the milk into the flour before adding 2 whole eggs and 115 grams of room temperature butter. Then bring that all together with a spatula and dump out onto a work surface. And just like all breads, we're going to be kneading this for a good 10 to 15 minutes, obviously by hand because I don't have a KitchenAid. So if you're lucky enough to have a KitchenAid, you can just use the dough hook for a good 5 to 10 minutes. But we're going to be working the dough until it's nice and smooth, then round it off into a big ball, lightly grease a bowl with some olive oil, dump it in there and cover it with a warm damp cloth. We're going to leave this now for 1 or 2 hours or until the dough's doubled in size. So while that's proving, we're going to make the sauce. So you want 3 chopped tomatoes and 2 cloves of garlic. Throw it into a pan with a touch of olive oil. Season well with salt and pepper, some dried onion flakes, some paprika, the secret ingredient of some capers, or you can use an anchovy, and then throw in your tomato sauce. Finish with a drizzle of soy sauce and leave to simmer on a low heat for between 10 and 15 minutes. Then we're just going to blitz it until smooth and leave to the side to cool down. Now after 1 or 2 hours, you'll see that the dough has completely doubled and it's looking pretty beautiful. So just give it a little stroke before you punch it down. And then pour it out onto a work surface. We're going to cut this in half to make it a more manageable sized piece. Then lightly flour your work surface, and the dough, and the rolling pin. Give it a little pat down and we're going to roll this out gently till about just under a centimetre thick. And then with my makeshift dough cutter that I made from a hummus pot, gently cut out some circles. This is going to be like a little sandwich that we're going to make. So there's going to be the bases and the tops. And with the extra, you can either form it into a ball and cook it as a bread loaf, or you can roll it back out and make more donuts. Now place one of the circles into the centre and we're going to slightly roll it out a little bit more just so we've got some more room to play with. And into the centre of that we're going to place some fresh mozzarella, some sliced up chorizo, some freshly grated mozzarella, and some chopped up olives. Then lightly roll out the lid and then gently place it over the top. It's okay to slightly stretch the dough as long as you don't tear it. Nipping all the way around the edges to close every single gap as best as possible. Once you have it completely sealed, transfer it onto some grease-proof paper while we make the rest of them. Oh, watch how fast I can do this. This is really good, watch. Then once you've got your donuts, just leave them to rest for another 30 minutes with a warm, damp cloth. So while they're resting, heat up some vegetable oil to 180 degrees, and then we're going to lay them away from you so as not to splash yourself. And also don't overcrowd the pan, so we're only going to cook 3 at a time. As you can see, they've already started to puff up and gone nice and bubbly. And just give them a little nudge around the pan so they cook nice and evenly. We'll be cooking them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, so just keep checking them on the side so they don't go too brown. And then when you get a nice beautiful colour, just give them a flip over and cook them again for another 3 to 4 minutes on that side. Then when you take them out, put them straight onto a paper towel just to take that extra grease off. But while they're still hot and fresh out of the fryer, we want to be dipping them straight into some semolina flour so they'll stick to the pizza donut. So make sure all of them are fully coated in the semolina flour and then just leave them to fully cool down. To be honest, they're looking quite good right now, but we need to fill them with the sauce. So we're just going to put the sauce in a Ziploc bag, squeeze it down to get rid of all the air, and then poke a small hole inside each of the donuts. Then trim off the corner of the Ziploc bag, stick it in the hole, and fill it with that beautiful red sauce. Make sure you be really generous with the sauce with all of them as well. Then we're going to drizzle a little bit on top. Then add some more freshly grated mozzarella cheese and a little crisscross of chorizo. Then we're going to bake these at 180 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until all that cheese is nice and melted and the sauce is piping hot. Now it's time to eat them. So I'm just going to pick one up and rip one apart just to show you exactly how beautiful they are inside. All that stringy cheese and sauce inside, and it was actually an incredible result. It tasted like a pizza, but the texture of a donut. It was amazing. Seriously, you really should try this. But if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one.